Hi, my name's Tony.
And my name is Linda.
Our channel is about teaching life skills. We've learned a lot by trial and error and want to share it with others.
We started this channel to discuss all the things we wish we would have known when we were younger.
This particular video provides a high level, not a deep dive, into the many aspects of achieving financial independence.
We dive deeper into each of the topics in other videos.
I want to start by stating we are not financial planners, attorneys, CPAs, or any other type of advisor for that matter. We're only sharing what's worked for us. It may not work for you. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. Just get started. Don't wait until later today or tomorrow. Start as soon as you finish this video. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll reach your goal of financial independence. In this video, we will discuss the different types of income, how to earn more income, the importance of keeping your costs low and your savings high, as well as investing in passive, income-producing assets to achieve financial independence.
What is financial independence? It is when the income you receive from your investment reaches a point where you can live off of it for the rest of your life. Or to put it another way, it is when your passive income supports your lifestyle, so you never need to work again if that is what you want to do. You may choose to keep working because you really like your job, but you no longer need to do it for money.
Why choose financial independence? There are many reasons, and only you can answer that question for yourself. For us, we didn't want to be a burden on others. We wanted to make sure that we saved enough for our retirement so that we could actually retire. We also wanted to be good role models for our daughter, to teach her a good work ethic, but also to teach her how to work smarter and not just harder. To invest her earnings from an early age so that her money works just as hard as she does.
Why did we want to make this video? Because we care. We care about the future of our daughter, and we care about you. We care about your future. We care about the future of generations to come. Most of what we learned about earning more, spending less, and investing the remainder we learned from the School of Hard Knocks. We often paid the dumb tax. That is the price you pay when you make a mistake about something that you should have known. We only ask that you pay it forward, that each of you would teach what you have learned to someone else. If you feel uncomfortable with that, then just share this video with them. If this video helps you, then click the like button and subscribe to our channel, where we will go deeper into each one of the topics covered today.
Financial independence is something that you have to do for yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. Gone are the times when companies and corporations provided a pension as part of their benefits package. As I'm sure you know, the future of Social Security and whether it will be there for you or us is questionable at best. Maybe you're like others who say, I'm just going to work until the day I die. The problem is, life happens. Perhaps you begin to have health problems that prevent you from working or being able to work as long as you had planned. Perhaps you end up in an accident and are unable to work. That happened to my dad. He was hit head-on by a semi-truck. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. All we can do is prepare for the best we can.
Achieving financial independence can help secure your future and lessen your burden if something in life happens that keeps you from being able to continue to work. We've heard so many stories from people that have had the same scenarios happen to them. Financial independence equates to freedom. Freedom for you to choose how you want to spend your time. Freedom to make life decisions without stressing over how to pay for it.
Financial independence will require you and your money to work hard. I know plenty of people who work hard, but their money's lazy. What's lazy money, you ask? It's when money spent on liabilities rather than income-producing assets, properly invested money, works while you sleep. Liabilities also work while you sleep. They're just not working for you. They're working for the credit card company, the bank, or whoever lent you the money. I'm not saying all debt's bad. It can be a good thing if used to purchase self-supporting, income-producing assets. However, if that debt was used to purchase a depreciating asset that doesn't produce income, then it's bad. Very bad.
So avoid bad debt everywhere where possible. Before you make a purchase, think about how many hours you will have to work to buy it. If you are not paying cash and will incur finance charges, then consider those costs in your analysis. Don't forget about taxes. Uncle Sam, the federal government, and Aunt Sally, the state in which you live, take their share off the top. That is why a penny saved is so much more than a penny earned. That mindset alone will trim your spending, but if you need additional help, wait 24 hours before making a purchase. Often you will not even want the item after you have had a chance to sleep on it.
That's absolutely right, Linda. Think about any money you have in the bank above what you need for an emergency fund or a planned investment as lazy money. Bank interest rates are a fraction of inflation. When you earn less than inflation, your purchasing power is diminished each and every year. While inflation is currently pretty mild, it's not always been that way, and it won't be forever. Certainly something to think about. If your investments are not keeping up with inflation, then you're falling behind. Your money needs to work as hard as you do.
The key to financial independence is to start early and save more than you spend. Live below your means. The earlier you start, the faster you will achieve financial independence. You will need to make some sacrifices, but in the end, it will be so worth it. Get accustomed to living on your current salary. Your two largest living expenses are probably going to be housing and transportation, possibly healthcare depending on what your circumstances are. For housing, find something comfortable and reasonable, and take into consideration the mortgage or rent payment, utilities, taxes, insurance, maintenance costs, and the distance to and from work. Remember, a bigger house means bigger payments on everything. You're going to have higher utility bills, more taxes, larger insurance bills, and more maintenance costs. Live below your means and budget every expense.
Consider buying a pre-owned car instead of a brand new one. A low-mileage car that is a couple of years old will likely depreciate somewhere around 30%. A car can depreciate as much as 10% when you drive it off the lot. If you do buy a new car, keep it for 10 years or more. Don't buy a new car every couple of years. Remember, cars that are only used for personal transportation are depreciating assets. Unless you're using your car to make money, it's a liability. Yes, you need it to get to and from work, but a good quality pre-owned car can do that just as well as a brand new one. We like to keep our cars 10 to 12 years. In our experience, that's usually how long we can keep the car before it starts breaking down. At that point, a car becomes more costly to maintain than it's worth. You don't want to have to replace an engine or a transmission on a 15-year-old car.
Invest in yourself. When I graduated from high school, I knew two things. I wanted a college degree in business, and I knew I had to find a way to pay for it. So I started working at various places, and I worked a ton of hours. Sometimes I worked 2 jobs at the same time. I began going to university part-time and worked full-time. It took me 8 years before I had my undergraduate degree, but it paid off. So don't give up, even if it takes longer than most people. As I finished my undergraduate education, the company I worked for promoted me, and it increased my wages significantly. They also paid for classes that I took while I was working for them. It wasn't easy after a long day of work, heading to school almost every evening, but it was worth it in the end.
I believe in continuous learning. In my career, I've worked in manufacturing, distribution, and many aspects of real estate: home building, home rehab, real estate investing, property management, and so on. I've become an appraiser to improve my knowledge of what a property is really worth, certainly an important skill if you're looking to invest in real estate. At work, I've always invested in my education, regardless of whether my employer provided tuition assistance or not. I currently maintain 6 different professional certifications and 3 licenses. I'm an avid reader as it relates to real estate and my profession is purchasing and supply chain management. There's no substitute for hard work. For years, I slept 6 hours a night. Work hard at your job or business so that you can get promoted and earn more.
Save every penny of every raise. Set up a separate savings or checking account to automatically deposit a portion of your paycheck. That way you don't spend it. Before long, you'll be saving more than you are spending. Build an emergency fund. 6, maybe 12 months, depending on what your comfort level is. Place the funds in a high-interest savings or checking account. There are a lot out there. Just search high-interest savings accounts in your favorite search engine. Do your research before selecting one, and make sure that it's FDIC insured. These accounts usually have a limit on how many deposits or withdrawals you can make in a month, so consider this before making your final decision. You won't earn that much, but you will earn 10 times what a regular savings account will earn, and you will have peace of mind and a safety net when those unplanned expenses arise.
After you've established an emergency fund, look for ways to invest your money where your earnings will outpace inflation. Consider your preferred investment approach. If you're just starting out, this will take research. Invest in some books. If you don't like to read, invest in audiobooks and listen. We like real estate, but we also invest in the stock market. Invest in what you know. I like real estate because I've spent years in that space. I've been a licensed contractor, a realtor, and appraiser. I bought my first rental property when I was 19 years old. It was a duplex and a real fixer-upper. I renovated it and rented out the other unit. The rent made my mortgage payment. Nowadays, that's called house hacking. Back then, I was just trying to get ahead while making $6.40 an hour in a factory job while attending university.
Well, real estate is like the stock market because it goes up and down, but historically it has gone up over the long haul. It has had some big swings for sure, but if you buy it right, you improve your chances that it will go up in the future. We bought some property in the housing crisis when houses were selling for really deep discounts. In hindsight, we wish that we would have bought a lot more. We targeted homes that no one else wanted, specifically those that needed a great deal of work. Structural issues? No problem. We bought some properties that really needed some TLC. And I don't mean tender loving care. I mean Tony, Linda, and Courtney, who is our daughter. I remember one house where termites had eaten their way through a bearing wall. Tony had to jack up the whole end of the house, build up the foundation, and replace the bottom plates and studs. Another example, the water damage was so bad that we had to replace floors, including the floor joists, in the kitchen and both bathrooms. We probably put as much in renovating some houses as we did in purchasing them.
I did most of the work myself, which helped keep the costs down. Again, real estate was something that we knew and felt comfortable with. On a couple of those properties, we were probably a little too comfortable. I joke with my wife that we should have started with a bulldozer on one of them. We even bought one house that their realtor strongly recommended against it, so much so that he refused to show it to us. Being the rather thick-headed couple that we are, we simply found another realtor who would show us the house, and then we promptly bought it. We purchased houses at a deep discount because no one else wanted them in the condition they were in. As an investor, it is a lot easier to get a good deal when there's not a line of buyers offering above asking prices. Pick your niche and go for it. That said, I wouldn't recommend buying houses that need too much work unless you have the time, talent, and resources to see the project through. There are a lot of half-finished houses out there on the market where people ran out of money, time, or patience to complete the renovation. We know because we bought some of them.
Listen, you can still be successful in the real estate market by purchasing homes that simply need maybe some paint and new carpet. When you are looking for your first investment, try to buy in the best neighborhood you can afford. Research here again is key. Never buy the most expensive house in a neighborhood, and never buy the best house in a neighborhood. We like to buy the worst house in a good neighborhood. That way it'll see the best appreciation on the repairs made. There are several ways to make money in real estate. You can become a wholesaler who searches out great deals and immediately sells them to investors. You can be a house flipper who rehabs houses and sells them to retail buyers. You can be a buy and hold investor who rents out their properties. Whichever path you choose will require that you buy a house below market value. Never overpay for a home. Never purchase a buy and hold property that does not pay for itself in cash flow.
Suppose you also feel comfortable with real estate. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't make other investments. There's something said about diversification. For example, if your employer offers a 401k match, then defer at least enough to get the full match. Those matching funds are free money, and over the span of your career, they will compound into a sizable amount. Invest for the long haul. Don't try to time the market. Most people who do end up buying high and selling low. Rather, invest in the market each month. This is referred to as dollar cost averaging. Essentially, we're buying when the market is high and we're buying when the market is low, but we're always buying. So it averages out. Make it automatic. We set up an account with a low-cost brokerage company. We have a preset dollar amount transferred from our checking account into our brokerage account each month. We set it up to automatically purchase our chosen investments. Personally, we like broad market index funds. Most brokerage firms have them. We like them because, unlike a single stock, they're less likely to go to zero. By investing in the total stock market, we feel we're diversified. Beware of high expense ratio mutual funds or expensive brokerage firms. They take their fees regardless of whether or not you made any money. Statistically, very few fund managers are able to beat an index fund over the long term.
Another thing to consider is your credit score. If you have any plans of purchasing real estate, you will need to have a good credit score. Credit scores can range from below 500 to above 800. A generally accepted range for a good credit score is going to be 670 to 739. A good credit score is anywhere between 740 to 799, and a great credit score is going to be above 800. Credit scores go all the way up to 850, so strive to keep your credit score above 800. Banks look at a lot of things, including your credit score, how much you make, how much debt you have, how long you have been at your current job, how long you have been at your current address, and so on. The key is to demonstrate you are a reliable and dependable person. Consistency is key. If you are changing jobs or moving every year, that will raise a red flag to lenders who want certainty of repayment. Credit scores are important to a bank because bad credit scores are usually a result of not paying your bills. If you do not pay your other creditors, then why should a bank expect that you will pay them?
Absolutely right. To get ahead, it will take hard work, maybe working more than one job. When I was starting out, I worked in a factory and had several side hustles. For example, I also worked in a body shop and I mowed lawns with a push mower. I remember wearing out that push mower. I even replaced the engine on it. You don't need to take a huge investment in equipment to mow lawns. I did it with a used $50 mower. I put it in the trunk of my car and used a tarp strap to hold it in place while keeping the trunk lid down. These days, there are tons of side hustle opportunities like driving for Uber or Lyft, selling extra stuff on eBay, taking surveys, delivering food, and many others.
Now, there's going to be 3 types of income. You have earned income, business income, passive income. All have different tax rates. Earned income has the highest tax rate. Business income has a lower tax rate, but passive income can give the best tax rate. To get established, you will need to earn income from a job or a business. Work hard at more than one job if you need to. Save and invest. Over time, you will achieve financial independence. Just make sure your money is working as hard as you do.
These are the things that we wish someone had told us when we were a teenager. No matter how old you are, we hope that you found this video helpful. Subscribe to receive notification of our next video where we dive deeper into achieving financial independence.